Hey there everybody, and welcome back to the show. As always, I'm your host, Justin Archer, aka the Posture Guy, your #1 source on pain, posture, and performance. And today we're going to be going over all kinds of symptoms, their names, what they mean, and pretty much why they don't really matter. And just to give you some context of kind of where this is coming from, there's 3 conversations I've been having over the past week, some with my clients, some from some people who've commented, whether on Facebook or YouTube, that I thought, I think this topic really needs to be addressed. So one conversation I was having was someone talking about syndromes. Do they have thoracic outlet syndrome, or maybe is it carpal tunnel syndrome? Actually, one other was, do they have golfer's elbow or tennis elbow? Another one was, do they have a herniated disc, a bulging disc, a slipped disc? There's one more I can't even remember. And another, I thought there was 3, but I think there's 4 or 5. And another was someone who had knee pain, and they weren't sure if it was their ACL, their MCL, their meniscus, and all of this. And they were asking me these questions, and as always, I was asked, can you send some pictures, because that'll help me better evaluate and better diagnose. And by diagnose, what I'm talking about is actually, I'm less concerned with what you call the pain. You can call your knee pain yabba dabba doo dah for all I care. I'm more interested about why you're having the pain. So, for example, let's use something like the person who didn't know if they have thoracic outlet syndrome or carpal tunnel syndrome. Now, if you don't know, most people are familiar with carpal tunnel syndrome, right? That painful achiness and inflammation you get in the joint. Well, some people may not be familiar with thoracic outlet syndrome. It's basically where you have an impingement in this nerve that comes out of the thoracic area, and it can radiate down into the arm. Now, the reason why I'm not too concerned with which one someone has is because the common denominators, posture-wise, deviations, dysfunctions, and compensations, are all very similar for either one of those syndromes. And understand too that a syndrome is just a list of characteristics someone meets, and then we put that syndrome label on them, right? So again, does it really matter if you have one or the other? No. What matters more is why you have either, right? Whatever you want to call it. And then let's do exercises to improve that position, to take away your postural compensations, to correct your postural deviations, therefore bringing your body back into alignment. And now the reasons why you would have either the thoracic outlet syndrome or the carpal tunnel syndrome no longer exist. So no matter which thing you call it, there's no reason for it to exist, and you therefore don't have that syndrome, and you're not experiencing those symptoms, whether it be in your wrist or your arm or your elbow. Same thing goes for if you have tennis elbow or golfer's elbow, right? Or the lower back. The person I was talking to about like a lower back, if it's a herniated disc, a slipped disc, a bulging disc, a protruding disc, again, it's like, do we really care? Or probably, and by all means, correct me if I'm wrong here, you're concerned with the pain it's causing you as well as the limitations it's causing you. So again, no matter what you call it, if we could make room, posturally speaking, in your spine for that bulging, slipping, herniated, all that stuff disc to go back into place so you can function without limitations and you could be pain-free, does it really matter what it's called? All right. Another example, the knee, right? I've had a torn medial collateral ligament, aka MCL, as well as a torn medial meniscus, that little C-shaped cushion in your knee. Now, last time I checked, there's I think 26, it might have gone up, 26 different names for knee symptoms. And that's why I named this video post, "A pain by any other name hurts just as much." Again, it doesn't matter so much what the name of it is, it's what's causing it. So you always have to remember that the site of the pain is rarely, if ever, the cause of the pain. That is, unless, of course, you were shot or hit by a car, in which case, go to the doctor immediately. You don't need to do posture exercises. But bearing anything crazy like that, if you have knee pain, well, here's the thing. You can look at the position of the knee, but look at the position of what's above and below the leg. So if this kneecap is pointing inward when you stand and this foot is pointing outward, well, automatically you know, hey, there's a disconnect here. When I'm standing or walking forward, this leg, right, the knee being kind of the window into the hip, my thigh bone and hip want to go this way, and my lower leg want to go that way. Well, there's obviously a problem. We need to get them going here. So you can work upstream into the hip and get it so that now the knee, instead of pointing this way, points straight. And then you can also work downstream in the ankle and lower leg to get the foot from pointing out this way to point straight. Now, the ankles and foot are doing its job, functioning properly. The hip is doing its job, functioning properly. And now what's in between the knee, even if you didn't really address anything directly to the knee, now it goes back to functioning properly and it doesn't hurt. So again, you know, don't get too caught up on the symptom or the name. Focus more so on the cause. And a perfect example is when people tell me, you know, my doctor, chiropractor, so-and-so had arthritis. I went into their office and I said, you know, I'm having, let's take the example of the knee, you know, my knee's been really inflamed and swollen and everything, and the doc looks at it and says, you have arthritis. And I always kind of chuckle about that because it's less of a diagnosis and more of an observation, right? If you go tell your doctor that you have inflammation in a joint and they say you have arthritis, well, let's actually break down arthritis. Arth, the prefix arth means joint, the suffix itis means inflammation. So basically what they did is they took what you told them and repeated it back to you, except in saying that you have joint inflammation, they just used a $10 fancy word term that we call arthritis. It's kind of silly, right? So again, arthritis, bursitis, tendonitis. If you also want to learn more about these, I'll link up a video below that I did about isises and osises. You know, that I think if you're interested in this, learning about symptoms and the causes, you'd be interested in that video as well. But again, you know, ACL, MCL, meniscus, you know, again, the 20 some odd other names of knee pain. Does it really matter, or are we just more concerned about the cause, which at least I am, as well as, what's causing it and how do we fix it? And I'm also going to let you in on a dirty little secret, and that is, you know, if you've been a viewer for any amount of time, you know that I offer some free exercise routines for 16 of the most common chronic pain symptoms. And there'll be a part at the end of this video, not actually down below, but like right here after I'm done talking at the end of the video, where you can sign up to get those exercise routines. And they're for things like lower back pain, upper back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, hip pain, foot pain, yada, 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 you get it. So each of these exercise routines are actually not picked out and sequenced. These exercises are not picked out and sequenced for the symptom. They're picked out for the common denominators of postural deviations, dysfunctions, and compensations that people usually present with those symptoms. So for example, people with lower back pain, usually it's what's above and below posture-wise that's off. So something in their hips and pelvic region is off, and something in their upper back and shoulder girdle is off. So the exercises in that routine are made to address what's above and below the lower back, in hopes, since obviously I'm not seeing you, I'm not custom making this exercise routine for you, in hopes that you address what's above and below, and what's in the middle, you know, will take care of itself, will realign itself. Just like the example I used with, you know, addressing the foot and ankle, addressing the hip, and then the knee correcting itself. And that goes for, you know, all the other the routines for all the various symptoms, like I said, which you can download for free at the end of this routine. I don't know why I keep pointing down, but I think I'm used to saying click below, but it'll be right here. You just put your email in, hit sign up, and you'll get it in your email within about a minute or two. One more dirty secret, like I said, I'm giving away all my secrets today, is that, and this was especially true back when I used to work in a clinical setting in person. Online, at least I have a little bit more detailed notes and emails I can look back. But a lot of times people would come in for their second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever session with me, and I have to look back at the notes, and I would even tell clients this because I didn't feel bad about it. I said, I forget what symptom you have, because usually by their first, second, third, they're already feeling better and everything. But their symptom does not dictate the exercise I select for them or the sequence that I put them in. Meaning that if someone has knee pain, I'm looking at their posture. So if they might have knee pain because their hips are overextended or their upper back is rounded forward, and I'm going to give them exercise to correct that. And I know from experience that when the body's in alignment, the symptoms, no matter what they are, where they are, will take care of themselves. They just go away. The only time that a symptom would change the way that I select exercise is someone said, hey, my knees hurt, and I asked, does it hurt to go in a kneeling position? They say, yeah, my knees are really sore, it hurts to kneel. Okay, well, common sense says I'm not going to have them do kneeling exercises, or yet, until their knee pain feels better. But that's really about it. Again, it's very common for me to go, I forget what symptoms my clients have, because again, it's when a lot of times when people say my knee hurts, right? I want to help them. Your doctor, physical therapist, everything wants to focus on what's going on with the knee, right? And we zoom into the knee. Oh, let's look at this and the structure and everything, but we miss the rest of the body. Maybe this hip is like an inch or two higher, or this shoulder's rolled forward. Well, that's going to have a lot more to do with why this knee is hurting than just the knee itself. All right, so we got to zoom out, look at the big picture, and remember that the body works together as a unit, and so that you have to treat it as such. If something hurts, look to address what's above, below, to the side, everywhere else in the body. And I found that to prove very true. A lot of times if someone's left foot is hurting, you notice, wow, the right shoulder, something is way off. It's really high, it's really low, it's really forward, the arm's internally rotated, something like that. And when you take care of that, all of a sudden, the left foot way the heck down here, right? Like, what does your left foot ankle have to do with your right shoulder? Now it corrects itself, and they go, yeah, that feels better. It's crazy. It's like the body's connected, huh? So anyways, those are all just things to keep in mind, and I know I kind of got a little ranty and everything, but it's things that I definitely repeat and repeat to my clients, and it's very easy to go back towards the yeah, but my symptom. And it's like, no, let's focus on, get the mind off the symptom. And I don't mean ignore it, but let's focus on the cause of your pain. And yeah, let's really focus and address on that rather than the pain. All right? So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully this clears up some things, some questions that you might have about your own symptoms. But if you do have any follow-up questions to anything I said here on any other post, please call, email me, or better yet, so we can all learn from one another through questions and answers and comments and everything, is leave your question or comment in the comment section below. That time I actually got it, so it's really below. All right, so anyways, thanks for joining me today. Don't forget, right after I'm done talking here, there's going to be a place where you can sign up to download the exercise routines for 16 of the most common chronic pain symptoms. So make sure to stick around and check that out for yourself. All right, thanks for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you inside the next video. Until then, take care and keep moving. Hold on, I know you're anxious to go sign up for those free exercise routines and video tutorials and all that, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of instruction to help save you time and figure out which exercise routine you should be doing so you can get out of pain and on with life as fast and as efficiently as possible. All right? So again, we just got done talking about all kinds of symptoms and the diagnoses, what they're called and all that. We're going to keep it really simple, all right? So if you have any type of foot symptoms, I don't care if it's heel pain, plantar fasciitis, just general arch pain, bunions, hammer toe, any of that, just do the exercise routine for foot pain, okay? If you have any type of lower back pain, right? It could be, a pulled back muscle, it could be a herniated disc, a bulging disc, basically any pain felt in the lower back, no matter what you've been told about it before, just do the exercises for lower back pain, all right? Again, if you're not sure if you have tennis elbow or golfer's elbow or just tendonitis or bursitis or something like that of the elbow, just do the exercise routine for elbow pain, all right? Let's keep it really simple and call it what it is. Elbow pain, knee pain, hip pain, okay? We don't have to give any fancy terms to it because, like the name of the video post suggests, a pain by any other name hurts just as much. And I know you probably, like me, less concerned about what it's called and more concerned about what's causing it. Let's fix that and get you out of pain and on with life. All right? So here's to that. Cheers. Wherever my water is. There you go. Cheers. And I look forward to seeing you inside those video tutorials. All right? Take care and keep moving.